Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to be talking about a category of irons which has become very popular over the last few years, and that's the multi-material construction with a forged face. I've actually got 10 different club heads in that category in my fitting centre at the moment, and I thought I'd hit all of them with the same shaft and see exactly what happened as far as the results are concerned. So let's get stuck in. So with so many different clubs to look at, I decided to cut this video into two parts. So in this part we're going to look at these 5 club heads, i.e. the Callaway Apex, the Cobra Forged Tech, the Mizuno MP225, the Wilson D9 Forged, and the Ping I525. So before we look at the results, let's just have a quick look at the specifications of these first 7 irons. So the lofts of the Apex, the D9 Forged and the I525 from Ping, all exactly the same at 30.5. And you got the Mizuno at 30 and the Forged Tech from Cobra a little bit more closed at 29.5. Lies, the flattest one was with the Mizuno, the MP225 at 61.5. and the D9 Forged being the most upright at 63. So here's the results. Let's look at all of these numbers one by one. So first off, ball speed. So basically there's very little difference really between the 5 clubs here. We've only got 2 miles an hour of difference between let's say the MP225, which was the fastest, and the Apex at 118, which was the slowest. It's also, we have to take into account that the Forged Tech and the Mizuno had slightly less loft, but the Mizuno was only half a degree less than the other ones, so not really, don't think that really changed that much. What is quite interesting though with the Mizuno is it was also the one which was launching the lowest, i.e. 15.6 compared to generally 17, or with the Apex up to 18 degrees. So it's definitely something different going on with the Mizuno one, just with lower launch angle, a little bit more ball speed. Spin was quite low with all of them. I mean, I'd definitely be looking to try and bring the spin up with all these clubs in some way. But the most spin was actually with the D9 Forge from Wilson. And the numbers actually from the Wilson were pretty good all across the board, i.e. ball speed, launch angle, spin, and carry distance were all very good. The other one which was also very good for these sort of numbers was the Ping, which is also 119, 17, pretty much 5,000 and 158. So these both were very good for that sort of all these sort of details, i.e. ball speed, launch angle and spin. But definitely the Mizuno had something to talk about, and the Forged Tech, just because maybe there was a little less loft, this was coming off a little quicker and a little lower. But all of them pretty good, little differences in launch angle and spin, but total distance only 4 meters difference, 5 meters difference between the longest and the shortest, and ball speed only 2 miles an hour. So we dig a little bit deeper into all of this. You can see in the efficiency, i.e. that's the division of the ball speed by the club speed, that the Apex was the lowest one. But it's just because there was more dynamic loft. So the more dynamic loft there is, this ratio will tend to go down. And as you can see with the Mizuno, where it was the least dynamic loft, this was where the ratio was the highest. So something definitely going on with the Mizuno, me swinging it differently for some reason or other, giving me less dynamic loft, giving me a better efficiency number. You can also see the angle of attack change slightly on the Mizuno as well. So maybe the center of gravity being just a little bit higher on that head just changed the way I was swinging that slightly and bringing down this dynamic loft. Club speed was really the same for all of the clubs, so there's no difference there. So we can't say that I was swinging it fast with one or the other. So that takes that out of the equation. You can just see some slight little differences in dynamic loft, which are going to change the ball speed, the spin, and how high the ball goes. But pretty much the same swing with all of these, just slight differences in dynamic loft, which are going to change the trajectory of the ball.
So to summarize, those first 5 heads, there was a few little differences. The ball speed was actually quite similar. There's only 2 miles an hour difference between the lowest and the highest. The launch angle was slightly different with the Mizuno, definitely a little bit lower certainly than the Apex. And it maybe changed slightly the way I swung as well, with the angle of attack being slightly lower. Probably the best combination for me with those 5 heads was the Wilson D9 Forged and the Ping, the E525. Just definitely with launch angle, spin, and ball speed. But we're going to have to look at the other 5 heads next week to be able to compare and see maybe which was the best one for me, but maybe the ones you can choose for you as well. So I look forward to sharing those results with you next week.